Radio PCR FM. You should be able to see us and our guests, put a name to the face and a face to the name.
We are live. We're always live.
We are. It literally is going on right now.
We are
live on Facebook, so I'm just going to say hello. Presenter Cam is on. Ollie is over at the desk and he's going to press some buttons for me, and then we're going to say hello to our guests. So I'm just going to press the button for him. Hold on. Okay. There we go. It's literally down to the last second. So hello guys, how are you?
Hello.
Hi. Very well.
Cool.
How are you? You alright?
Very good. Yeah. Not panicking at all, by the way. Everything is in control.
Perfectly controlled.
Normally I don't have a camera, so you can't see it. So if you can just pretend you can't see it, that'd be great. Right, so I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves and the reason you're here.
So, we are from a youth theatre company called 2020 Academy. We're based in March, Cambridgeshire.
Whoop, whoop.
The best people are.
I'm Glennon. I'm Glenn. I'm the volunteer director there. And these two are Anya and Leonie.
Hello, welcome Anya and Leonie.
And they are part of our Connections group. Now, Connections is part of the National Youth Theatre. It is a festival where this year 250 youth theatres from across the UK get to compete, but I'm not allowed to say compete, but I can't think of a better word. For a kind of a place in London to show a show in London. It's all the shows we do are completely written for each year.
Yeah.
By different writers. And this year we're lucky enough to get a guy called Robin French, and the show is called Musical Differences. But let these guys talk about a bit about the show and a bit about the experience and how you guys think about it.
So we've been part of Connections for about 2 years now, ever since we started doing it in 2020 Academy. And this year we're doing a show called Musical Differences, which is about a group of teenagers who have started a band.
Yep.
Like in their school, and it's just about the band and about themselves as people, and I'm really looking forward to it.
It's really wacky play, to be fair. It's a bit random.
Perfect to be on this show then,
Indeed,
absolutely perfect.
Indeed, yeah. It's a really weird format because there's actually no characters in the play. So the script is just lines.
Okay.
No set characters or no set destination. So it's quite fun for us to explore what characters we create and where we are, which is a good, real fun to do. We've been rehearsing now for what, a couple months? More than a couple months?
Yeah, I'd say.
I don't know. I don't have a clue.
In one way, it
It's
probably
been-
seems like absolutely forever as well,
does.
doesn't it?
It does, yeah, forever, and at the same time, really, really not that long, was it? So,
We gave out lines for most of it, didn't we?
yeah,
Like, we're just giving out lines until we actually did blocking.
yeah. So, but yeah, it's been a great little journey so far, and our show is actually this Friday and Saturday at the March Town Hall.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. So March Town Hall, Friday and Saturday. So you're going to be performing the same show that you're going to hopefully be doing in London. Is that right?
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
We do it in March first, like we did last year, and then we go to a regional theatre, which for us is Norwich. So, which is a great experience for the youth in the group. We got 10 kids, so they get to not only perform in March, but also get to have a day out, a day off school. Which
Wow.
I'm sure you don't mind because you don't go to school, but but yeah, and then go to Norwich, where you perform at the Garage as well. I think on the 22nd of next month. I want to
Yeah.
say, but
Fantastic.
I can't remember.
Leonie, I just need to say to you, I like how you're trying to hide your face behind the microphone. Just pull that down a little bit so we can see you.
Yeah.
Just pull that black bit down, that's it. There we go, now we can see you. She's like, I was all right until you said there was going to be cameras.
Do you want to talk now?
Yeah, that's right. So the show itself, who's doing the music for it? Is it something that you're doing as well?
The music, we haven't actually got a band or any original music to it. We are taking songs from whenever we got Arctic Monkeys in there.
Okay.
A bit of I can't think of any other bands we got.
You've been put on the spot now,
I have been
haven't
put
you?
on the spot.
And there are spotlights in the room as well.
Indeed,
So
indeed, I can't remember any of them.
let's
now.
just look at him until he can tell us.
Oh, the Strumbellas. The Strumbellas. That's a good song.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the music is just from the charts, but the show's about lots of different kids going through different years in school and how the relationships then develop and then change due to certain reasons and certain other love interests, for example.
Right. Okay.
That shakes things up, and also it does dive quite deeply and quite surprisingly through mental health as well.
Okay. Which is
a really cool theme to explore.
Yeah.
To be fair, and
Which is important to highlight, I think, at the moment, isn't it?
yeah,
Mm.
indeed. So, but it's been a challenge. Would you say?
Yeah, it's been fun, definitely, but it has been a bit of a challenge, especially since we're given lines, we have to make up our own characters, and even though there's a lot of fun to that, it's
Mhm.
also quite difficult.
I should imagine if you're kind of put in a group of who's going to be in that scene, for example, and you've all got different ideas, I can imagine that would be quite difficult to come to,
Indeed, yeah,
Yeah.
it is. But that's also part of the fun about theatre, how you can create something and then you get a clash of ideas and then
Yeah.
new ones come out. So it's been a huge amount of fun.
What's the largest number you've performed to so far?
It was in. I'm assuming it's Norwich, wasn't it? When
Yeah.
last year.
That's quite big.
Because other youth theatres which go to Norwich, it was 4 different youth theatres last year, and then other people and their parents and.
so you perform to each other's group
Indeed,
and families,
so
if you
that's
like,
really
yeah.
cool, yeah. So it's a good, I want to say 60, 70 people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say around that.
Okay, I'd say, but yeah, hugely proud last year of their performance. Yeah, hugely proud. So I was really looking forward to doing it this year and for years to come as well. I'm sure you guys really enjoyed it. You say it's one of your best shows you did, one of best
Oh,
experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's because we do another drama group on Tuesdays, which is more panto,
Mm-hmm.
and Connections is fun because it's not singing, well, not as such, but it's more
Just straight drama, isn't it? Just straight acting.
Yeah, it's in more our age sort
Mm-hmm.
of plays because they're more hard hitting, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was, I'll be honest, a little bit confused as to what the relationship was between 2020 and Connections, and I wasn't sure whether to advertise the show as 2020 or Connections, and that basically I was going to ask you what the connection was.
Well, the connection between Connections is it's a festival, part of the National Youth Theatre, which they run every year,
Okay,
and it's something you have to apply for
right.
and get funding for, and then pay for your academy or youth theatre to actually perform in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the connection. Yeah, we said we want to do it. Here's to take some money.
Yeah.
So
So I came across you guys filling shopping bags actually in Iceland
Indeed, we were
a
in
couple of weeks
Iceland,
ago.
having a
Yeah.
great old time.
I was doing my little shopping in there, and I won't tell you what I bought because I'm obviously not allowed to endorse any brands. But of
We
course,
saw.
there are other supermarkets that are available.
Indeed.
Was
So-
the cake?
There was no cake. You know I can't have
Don't believe
cake. Not in my current diet situation. By the way, I should have thought about the camera. I can't talk like that. Anyway, so I got talking to a couple of you there, and it was kind of a bit of a rush job because I didn't want to stop you from what you were doing.
Indeed. Yeah.
And the reason for you being there was to raise money for your entrance fee.
Indeed. Yes.
So,
Indeed.
so do you get any funding for any help for that, or is it kind of it's all down to you guys to
No,
to
yeah,
raise?
we've got to reach out ourselves and find funding. What did we do last year?
We did swim-a-thon.
We did a swim-a-thon, and I
Wow.
nearly drowned. Got cramp. It wasn't very nice, but yeah, we did.
Yeah.
What was it? It was how many how many meters was it?
I think so, yeah.
It was
Uh,
20.
Length.
I know it was 25 lengths each.
And it was, how many of us?
Is it-
7,
Yeah.
I think.
So
7
did you-
times 25.
I need to ask you: did you get cramped because there was a pretty lifeguard there?
No, it was,
Right.
he was a dude, so
Oh, well,
not on
that's
there.
that's also okay.
Only at weekends.
Yeah.
No, it's just because I'm severely not fit, unfortunately.
I know the
Yeah.
feeling. I know the
Yeah.
feeling. So,
Too
are
much
you allowed
cake.
to tell us on air what your target is to raise?
I hope so. It's £500 what we need.
Right. Okay.
Um,
So, how close or far away from your target are you?
to be fair, Jerry knows the number, but she's not here. She's
No.
the other director.
Jerry's the brains, then.
I'm the looks.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll give you that. Yeah. I'll give you
Yeah,
that.
right?
Only because she's a lady, you know.
Yeah, true. She's the brains. She's the brains. Yeah. So, I'd say we were nearly there. To be fair.
Okay.
If not there.
So this is for the entrance fee for London
Yep.
or for
It's-
Norwich.
It's for Norwich and actually to actually get the play and actually perform it in the first
Right.
place.
Okay.
So London is just if they like your show, they will go, oh, these guys did good. We would suggest them for London, and then they.
So it's
see
kind of
all
an
the ones.
audition then.
It's kind of a really
Yeah.
big audition
Mm.
between 250 youth theatres. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
So if, say, for instance, the best thing happens, you get to Norwich,
mhm.
you perform, and they say, wow, I need these guys in London.
Yeah.
Do you then have to raise another fee for London?
Luckily
Or is it
we-
just travel costs and
luckily
things?
We don't just travel. So
Right.
obviously it's just the entrance fee, which is £500.
Mhm.
But also we got costumes and props and
So, yeah.
lighting and all that sort of stuff to pay for as well.
Right.
Because 2020 is a CIC company. So,
Yes.
I do know what it stands for. But I've completely forgotten. Community Interest Company. So
Okay.
it's basically a charity, but with a different name.
Okay.
So, yeah, we have to fund all ourselves for everything. Yeah.
Okay. So if, say, for instance, I said if you look in that camera just there,
There's a
on the
camera.
top of this speaker,
Oh yeah. Oh hello, camera.
and
Oh,
ask the people that are
Right.
watching us right now.
Yeah, my mum.
Yeah. Hi, Mum. Oh, you haven't done that yet. Do you know, I love it when people come on and go, hi, Mum. Oh my God.
Can I say hello to him?
I don't know if they're
Yeah, I
watching.
don't know.
My mum
They are
can't-
watching. Everyone's watching. Everybody's watching, of
Yeah, I'm not
course.
sure if my mum can use Facebook, so
That's fine. You can
She
show her when
might.
you get home.
she might be using it.
You
She
can
might be
show her
soon.
when you get home.
Yeah.
So if you want to use this opportunity to look into the camera and say, hey,
Hey,
send us some money for our entrance fee. This is where you send it to.
I don't even know where to send it to. I never thought about that. An address.
Well, leave it with me.
Yeah.
Leave it with
sorry.
me. So I'm going to ask Leonie a question because
Yeah.
she's so quiet.
Yeah.
So quiet. Leonie, how many years have you been involved in the project?
Well, I mean, in the connections group, I mean that only started last year. So,
Right, okay.
But for our other drama group, I've been in there since around year 7, so that would have been like 4 years, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And yourself, Anya?
Well, yeah, I've been a part of 2020 for a lot of years actually. I think at least 8 years. And I was always very shy, and then I joined. I joined Connections, and for some reason, I think it was because it was such a small group at the time. I
Mhm.
think this was a 2015.
Yeah.
I think, and
26. Oh no, 2015.
yeah,
no, you're right,
2015.
yeah.
and we had a lot fewer people than we do now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was because it was such a small group, and we did a show, sort of.
It was called Teachers.
We did a show
Nice,
called
yeah.
Teachers, which was just which we just performed in March, just to get us all like comfortable with each other, and I guess I got a bit more confident
Yeah.
with that,
Yeah.
and I just like stayed with Connections when they were like, we're gonna do it next year as well.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Because we like, it was sort of like, we weren't like all of us. We weren't really like friends. We weren't close
Mm.
friends,
Mhm.
and neither one of us sort of had like a best friend in that group.
Mm.
So that's why we all sort of just bonded together,
Yeah.
and that was really.
Well, you're
fun.
all there for the same reason. You're all brand new faces to each other, and
Yeah.
that's the best way of doing it, really, isn't it? Starting off fresh together, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm having a look at the communications I've had with Jerry,
Oh, good.
and
She's good, isn't she?
I saved you. She knows her stuff,
Yeah.
that one, don't she?
She works.
She
there.
knows her
yeah.
stuff, yeah. So, 2020 Connections Group will be performing Musical Differences by Robin French at March Town Hall on the 10th and the 11th of March, 7:30 p.m. as part of our National Theatre Connections Festival. If you would like to book tickets, please email Jerry, which is GERI, at 2020 Productions. So the first 20 is 20, and then the word 20, then productions.co.uk. I'm sure that if there's any individuals or businesses or anybody out there that would like to sponsor you guys
Yeah.
or to send
Jerry-
you some
Jerry's the
donations,
lady to speak to.
yeah, send you some donations to get that entrance fee, your props and everything, travel expenses covered, to get you guys to London, because that's where we want to be,
That'd
isn't it?
lovely, wouldn't
That's where we want to be. So if you email Jerry at 2020productions.co.uk, I'm sure she can sort that out for you.
Indeed.
I will
indeed.
put that all on the Facebook page as well,
Thank you.
just in case anybody's listening back to this on the podcast, which is mixcloud.com/Random Radio PCR FM. I've said that a lot, haven't I?
Yeah. Oh, very good.
There we go. So how long have you been involved in 2020?
Ooh, 2020. I think it's my 5th year now.
Mhm.
Started actually. They were doing Oliver in 2012, I want to say,
Mhm.
and they needed someone. Someone dropped out, so they needed someone to fill a gap, and they knew me, so I said I would. And then since then, they asked me to direct. After that, help
Wow.
them direct, and I have ever since. So I've done a fair few shows with 2020.
Wow. So I think that you can just kind of read my mind, because that was the next question. The next question was going to be, is there the scope then to kind of promote yourself within the group? Is there positions where you can, rather than, being involved in the production as opposed to acting or whatever?
Yeah, we're always looking for people to help. People directing, or for example chaperoning days out.
Yeah.
We 2020 I know do a lot of community things, so they've got groups of all ages in Chatteris, March and Whittlesey,
Yeah.
of all abilities. So but yeah, technical people who want to learn how to do lighting, stuff like that,
Yep.
come along. Makeup, set design, anything. Yeah, if you want to have a go at it, come along and we'll
Okay.
let you do it. Yeah.
So again, if we email Jerry at 2020 Productions,
She's the man who's not a man.
she's the woman.
She's the man.
She's the boss. She's the
yeah,
boss lady.
She's the boss.
Yeah.
She's a
Okay.
scary boss. Yeah.
So, is there any criteria then to fit within? I'm presuming it's a youth project. Is there a maximum kind of age anyone could be, or is it anybody?
No, if you want to act in it, we've got different groups ranging from, I believe, 9 years old to
Mhm.
18.
Right.
But if you want to help, you can be any age, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got
Fantastic.
people's parents coming. The musical director who volunteers there, she's someone's mother.
Okay.
Yeah. Not a, yeah.
How do you find performing in front of your parents and friends?
Yeah.
Do you, is that more nerve-wracking than just the general public, or?
I think for me it's better because at least for me, because I've performed for so long and it's always sort of been the same group of people, so it's the same parents and friends and stuff. They all sort of know, and I feel like they all sort of understand better if you like mess up a line or if you like miss out a scene completely. But if it's completely
There's a chuckle there. I think there's a
Just
story
skip a
there.
whole line there. Skip
Yeah.
the whole scene.
it happens sometimes. But I think it's a lot more scary if they're complete strangers and like they don't know you personally. I think that's a lot scarier.
Because most of the time, people don't sort of see us, do they? They just
No.
hear us, and which is sometimes just as well, because we do have rather a lot of gaffes and different things.
We have an emergency button over here which is called off,
Yeah.
and that just makes the system just take over. We've had to use that once or twice, haven't
Several times. But we're professionals.
we? We'll cut that out.
Yeah.
Press the button.
Edit.
Yeah, that's it. So going back to what you were saying about your friends and family coming and watch you and things like that, I can imagine that actually constructive criticism from them is probably better because you can trust what your loved ones say, can't you? Let's face it. If they say, well, okay, so, well, I really like this bit, but what happened with that? It's probably a little bit better. I don't know if it helps you. I mean, I quite like constructive criticism where the radio is concerned anyway, from people that are involved and people that help put it all together, because there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than what you can see in here actually today. So I don't know, how do you find that?
Yeah, I think I definitely like constructive criticism, especially from my family, because I know that like whatever it is, they'll give it to me straight, but they're not saying like you're terrible. They're not saying like you've done like a terrible job.
Yeah.
But like
worst mum ever.
but they're just telling you for in the future, and especially for me, because I worry a lot about things. I worry about my lines and stuff, and the way I present myself on stage.
You know, it's actually like holding a mirror right now, because it's exactly how I am. Exactly how I am, completely.
Yeah, so it's nice for them to be like, for them to tell you stuff that maybe you could do a bit better, because it's good to know that people care enough to tell you that.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think parents going to watch their children plays is hugely crucial for someone who's doing it.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's kind of underestimated how much that does help the child's self-esteem
Yes.
and just confidence and stuff like that.
Completely.
Because obviously you look up to your parents from the day you're born, so to know that they're proud of you and have watched you do something you're proud of,
Yeah.
I think is very key to the whole process of just becoming a better person. I
Yeah,
guess, you know,
I
for
agree.
drama,
I agree. So, obviously, you mentioned before that you're going to touch on bullying and things like that. That must be really hard, especially if you are given, you know, kind of lines as a guideline, if you like, and then you've got to make it. How do you do that? I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'd be happy if I never had to go to school again, which I don't, obviously. But when people say, "Oh, I'd give anything to go back to school," and I think, really?
Hell no.
Yeah. You know, I personally, I would, because I didn't have a very good time. If I was asked to do that, I think I'd struggle a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
So how do you do it? I mean, do you use your own personal experiences to kind of make it more realistic, or are you going to step into the world of character A?
Yeah,
And
it's a difficult one. I think what I did personally was did a lot of research into the mental health side of things. Obviously, through school, just you know what school is like, don't you? You know who you met through school and the type of characters they were, and you can kind of bring that to life. But I know I wouldn't. What do you guys reckon? Do you bring personal experience into it, or do you try and keep a step out of that? And
oh, do you want to?
I mean, like, because when you're acting, it's like it's not. I mean,
it's not real.
I mean, yeah, but I suppose, like, if you're playing a certain character, you can, like, obviously, because in my school, I can tell, like, the people, and you know, like, oh, she's, like, the popular one or whatever, and you know how they're going to act.
Yeah.
And I think that helps in when you're acting about, like, bullying and stuff, because you've seen it and you know what's
This is what I
happening.
mean. So you're kind of taking that situation and creating a new one based on what you know.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's pretty much acting, to be fair.
Well,
just kind of copying what other people do.
well,
but,
it is.
Yeah.
But you know, if you come across a situation that you don't know,
yeah.
so what do you do then?
Yeah, true. For example, for like the mental health, some areas we don't know. Just that's a bit of research you got to do.
Yeah.
And that's what Jerry and I do, and then we try and explain it in the best way possible and try and explain it. How people would react and how people would act and what this would do and the consequences of stuff and what may or may not happen if you have this.
Yes.
For example, like, you know, if you have depression, this may happen, may not happen. It's your choice which way you want to go with it, or as an actor, you know. Because some people can be really be really sad and depressed, but act really happy all the time, as I'm sure people through school, you know, do all the time.
Yeah.
So,
do you find when you are dealing with serious subjects, it's easy to kind of lighten the mood and bounce back from that?
I mean,
yeah.
Because I mean, last year we did a show called Blackout, and that was about it was about this guy, and he was done for like, what was it? Oh, it was like attempted murder.
Do you know how sensitive these mics are? Go on, sorry.
And well, most of the time, because like most of the show was like really hard hitting, because his mum was abused and everything, and we had to like act that. But like all the time when we were rehearsing, like every rehearsal, we were laughing between ourselves.
Mm.
Not really like at the show, but I mean, it was really light-hearted. most of the
Yeah.
time.
It sounds a little bit
Because-
like our show, actually, doesn't
Well,
it?
we throw a great deal of comedy into very serious issues.
Yeah.
We're very funny. Very funny. See, they
We
laugh.
try. We try.
They laugh. Yeah, we've had such a a diverse range
Yeah,
of stories.
You don't want to trivialise something, but of
Mm.
course you don't want to also get too dark,
Yeah.
because you have to bounce up from that yourself as
Yeah.
well, and you can sort of get into a vibe where you sort of get on a bit of a downer.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think it's important to touch on these subjects because people are kind of swaddled up in cotton wool a bit too often. And then
Yeah.
when something does happen, and inevitably bad things will happen in people's lives, I think it's important for people to have seen it. All right, it might not be in their life, but it's the message, isn't it? Giving the
Yeah.
message of how you deal with that if that happens to you. And I think it's really important that comes across.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we have explored some weird themes, some serious themes, some funny themes. But throughout the whole process of exploring those themes, we have always had a good time, I feel.
Yeah.
As part of Youth Theatre, it's one of the fun, such a fun time just doing it. It's probably the most fun I've ever had, just in rehearsals,
yeah.
amount of silly things that happen and stupid thing people say.
Yeah.
It's just a great time being in that environment, but
Yeah.
at the same time it's really good. You can learn, you just like osmosis, just reading through scripts and exploring characters. You just kind of understand the stuff better. Yeah, it's cool.
I mean, it must be so rewarding because you guys are coming back every year and making sure it goes on for another year, so
Yeah.
it must be so rewarding.
Yeah.
Have you got plans for next year already?
We're going to apply again for it.
Wow.
Definitely, for sure.
Really good.
Yeah, what are your guys' thoughts? Have you taken a lot out of all your years of acting and connections?
I definitely think, well, I mean, it's because of me going to 2020 that I realised I wanted to be an actor when I grew up. And so it's just really great experience, and it's good to finally have a group where I feel confident enough on stage, because that's always been a problem for me.
Yeah,
is like
exactly
not
the
being,
same for me. Yeah.
It's like being very shy, and apparently, I was told by my family that I wouldn't smile at all on stage. I guess because I was trying so hard to concentrate on everything else.
Mm.
But at least I hope I've gotten better at that.
Yeah. And one great thing about directing or being a part of the Youth Theatre is that you see people.
Sound effects
Right.
live on the radio, random
was
radio.
Ventriloquist Glenn. But no, it's really great seeing young people grow
Yeah.
into adults and mature teenagers, and obviously they go through life every day. We see them once a week, but it's really rewarding after years. Seeing how Leonie's gone from the quiet year 7 girl to Leonie now who's willing to get on stage and smash a scene out in the show. Really, to a great standard. So it's awesome. It is awesome.
Well, I need to tell you a story that's not very not dissimilar for what you were just saying, Anya. My career was supposed to be singing, and of course, I'm so great at singing, I've become a radio presenter behind all of these mics when no one usually can see me, and and I don't sing anymore, and it's because exactly the same as what you said. I can stand there, I can sing. And as soon as I get on stage, I'm like this, very close, and everyone's looking at me, and I don't look like I should be on stage, and I'm not the right shape, and I'm not the right height, and I'm not the right... And you create this all in your head. And I actually joined radio to gain mic confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I've gained mic confidence inside a situation where no one can see me. So I've achieved, 50% there, but no, I can completely relate to that. And I just wish that there was a situation such as 2020 and connections available when I was that age, so that I could, I think that I may have been in a different situation to what I'm in now. So I think that what you guys are doing is fantastic, and to get more people involved, if you get one inquiry from this radio show, I would be very, very happy.
Perfect, yeah.
Very, very happy. So I have had some messages come in from our fourth presenter.
From our roving reporter.
Yeah, who is well, really he's stuck in traffic. But what we say is he's in the helicopter and he's going to do the traffic report for us in a moment.
Helicopter traffic, yeah.
And what he says is, do 2020 have a clear vision of what they do?
They do. They've actually got like a method statement for it as well and everything.
Yeah?
I don't know it off the top of my head, unfortunately. But it is to progress every individual within, you know, everyone, including volunteers and my age and whatnot, just to improve their lives and their skills as well. It is more defined than that, I'm sure, the actual message.
Yeah.
But that's the debate, is to help people try and, you know, hone their skills and just kind of make them better people, I guess, you know, in a very broad sense.
Very good. Been practicing that, hasn't he?
Well, my question would be, where do you want to go? Where do you want to be?
London, baby. No?
Practice that as well.
London would be great, yeah.
I thought I would.
You know, do you see yourself as an actor, actress?
Yeah, it's funny because, you know, I'll do a show and my family and like the people in the audience will be like, yeah, that was really good, and then people outside will like reference me as an actor, and it's weird because for some reason I never see myself as one unless I'm at drama. I never see myself as an actor, but I hope that in the future I will be able to sort of recognise it and be like, hey, I do act, and I am like proud of what I've done.
Good.
Yoni?
Um,
She gonna say fishing
Yeah.
or something?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I've never seen. I mean, because drama, like, what we do is sort of like I go there and it's fun and everything, but I've never felt like as a future it's been a thing. But I mean, I don't think I realised how like far drama has like gotten me as such, because like obviously, I mean, I'm here like right now, and I probably would have never done like all the stuff I've done if I hadn't have joined and gone through
Completely.
everything.
Yeah. Completely. Again, had I not have written a song, there's no way I'd be sitting here right now. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, likewise for them, I suppose.
Yeah.
6 months ago, they didn't realise they'd be on the radio.
No. It's
Live
scary.
on Facebook.
Yeah.
When-
Facebook Live.
I know.
Fame.
It
you see.
works. It works. And I like, for me, the reaction when I got talking to your guys in the supermarket. And I said, oh, you know, what are you raising for today? They sort of said, oh, you know, our entrance fee for London, blah, blah, blah. And they sort of showed me the piece of paper. And I took a photograph of it because I didn't want to hold you guys up.
Yeah.
And I come away, I was going to come away from there. And I said, oh, okay, well, I'm a radio presenter. You know, do you want to come on and talk about it? They went,
What?
really?
The radio?
Oh, my God. And I was like, yeah. Oh, well, you need to talk to Jerry. She's just there. Jerry. She's like, ah, really? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And that reaction is great.
Yeah. No,
We
is
love it.
awesome. Yeah, it is really cool.
Mm.
Yeah, we're on the radio, guys.
Yeah.
It's
That's cool,
happened.
isn't it?
It's happened. It's actually happened.
On
Well,
Tuesday night.
exactly. Exactly. Right. Okay. So it's time to say goodbye. I'm afraid it's 6 o'clock. I know. Do you want to request a song, and I can get it on for you really, really quickly?
Go on. AD.
My mind has gone completely blank.
Wouldn't it just? Do you like Calvin Harris
Yeah.
featuring Rihanna?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have got a song actually. I
Okay.
have got a song.
Okay.
It's my favourite song.
Right.
It's from the 90s.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think it swears.
Oh, if it does, it won't be here. I can tell you that
Okay.
right now.
I don't think it does. Does it? No.
I don't think so.
No. Backstreet's back, innit?
Backstreet. Oh,
Backstreet Boys. My
Okay.
favourite song. There it is.
is it?
No.
Is it?
I just said that really hoping for it to be there.
Yes. Kind of. Let's hope. Let's hope this one's the one. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show today.
Thank you very much
It's
for
been a
having me.
pleasure
Yeah.
having you here. And if you just want to say goodbye to all the people that are
Goodbye,
watching,
Mum, if you're watching.
we'll get a nice screenshot of that later on for the photograph. Thank you very much once again for coming in. The show will be on our podcast service, which is mixcloud.com/The Random Radio Show, PCRFM. But of course, I will share everything on Facebook. And thank you guys for watching. we're going to go
Thank you.
offline for a little while until we are ready with our next set of guests. And please do keep in touch with me. Let me know how the show goes this weekend.
We'll do.
And,
come and watch
I will.
March Town Hall.
I
Friday
will.
On Saturday, 7:30.
I will. Thank you very much for coming in again, guys. Short notice, I know. And thank you to Mum and Dad and everybody else. And Jerry, of course, for
Indeed.
getting you here
Thank
tonight.
You, Jerry.
Thank you very much.
See
We'll
ya.
play this
Thank
for
you.
you. See you later. Bye.
Bye.